like. So let me ask you a question. What DJ do you say you've looked up to over the years? Like when you go out to DJ and when you go out to party and you happen to be there and they're doing a set that has inspired you to actually push your talent forward. Like I know who it is for me, but I would love to know who's that DJ that, you know, like never failed.
Is it Kid Capri for you? Kid Capri, right?
It is Kid Capri for me, but and it's also it was Flex then Kid Capri.
Yeah.
Funkmaster Flex holds this place in my heart because it's like he, you know, like I always tell you the stories of the tunnel, but he would turn he would turn every night into a moment. Like he'll make it a moment. Like, and even if, you know, back then we used to like spinning the AV8 mixes, you know what I'm saying, where it was already mixed for us. He would do that on the fly. Like he would make his own mix, like with the beginning of one song and get you hyped for another song and keep bringing back that one song. Like he'll lights can't, no, not lights. No, he'll do something like he used to take the beginning of a song, like for instance, he would take like Jay-Z's "Throw Your Hands High, High," and then he'll drop something, boom, and then he'll do it again, "Throw Your Hands High," and throw another song. This is record days, like it's not Serato, like it's impressive. Like you say that to somebody right now, and they're like, "So I could do that right now." It's just hitting the hot cues, and no, this is your man got one record that he keep bringing back. Changing the record, putting it down, and going through like and doing it seamlessly. Like I've seen that. That's what changed. That those type of things pushes your mind forward. Like I'm not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to at least be on that level or better. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen Flex do that, when I seen Kid Capri, I told you the story of Kid Capri. Kid Capri changed my life forever. You know what I'm saying? But seeing Flex command the crowd is one of those things. It's like he doesn't do it like that anymore because the crowds are different. But
because he's playing. I'm sorry to cut you, but he's playing for a different audience that is not looking at what he's doing. They don't look at what he's doing.
For skill.
They're not looking for skill. They're looking for crowd motivation. You know, it's the same way like EDM DJs who are like knob turners and they're just like, you know, they're all about the action and the spectacle. He has been able to make what he does a spectacle now. Unfortunately, what he was doing back in the day,
more personality than talent.
Yeah, it's driven by personality than it is his actual talent and skills.
Yeah.
So
I mean, listen, to each his own. He's meshing with what's going on now.
Look, he's still relevant on the strength of that too. So props to him.
Yeah, I still commend Flex for what he's done for hip hop and where he is right now. He's in my top.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
He's in my top. But So back to you. What DJ have you seen over the years that, you know, you felt like, you know, this person is, you know, pushing the envelope so it makes you want to push it more?
All right. So certain sets are I distinctly remember certain DJs playing certain sets. And I just want to like maybe just rattle them off. So there's never just one. It's just certain things that they do that made me want to like elevate or play a set like them. I want to do a set like them, but I want to do it my way. You know what I mean? So first was Jamie XX. When I saw him do it was the first Boiler Room event I went to. My wife and I went to Good Room on in is it Bushwick? Yeah, in Bushwick. Good Room in Bushwick. It's like a real like house club.
Right.
Specializing in house music, disco
Broadway,
stuff.
Right? It's on Broadway.
Yeah, it's like right off of Broadway. Yeah. So went there for this Boiler Room event, and Jamie XX was like the headliner. There's going to be his album, and then the song There's Going to Be Good Times just came out. So he was on tour for that, and he did a special Boiler Room event for it. Mm-hmm. And he had, and like, what's his name? Young Thug was on the record, so he came through. And then Egyptian was there too, because he had did a record. No, they put VP Records had put There's Gonna Be Good Times on like a Reggae Gold compilation. Mm-hmm. So that was, so there was, because the remix was a reggae remix, there's a lot of artists on it, Agent Sasco, Cranium, and Popcorn. So, it was Egyptian, sorry. So it was cool, to see all of these different sounds, these represented. It was only Egyptian and Young Thug representing, two factions from hip hop to reggae and dancehall. So it wasn't like the whole crew was in there, but basically that was my sound. Like when you look at that picture, that is the sound that I want to represent. I want to represent like this international, open-minded, forward-thinking type of audience. Right. So, and then Jamie XX being from the UK, he has this he specializes in club, rave, jungle, house, soul, northern soul type of music. The very adjacent subgenres to the very big ones that you and I know, that the world knows in the mainstream, outside of like, techno. Like now he's taking it further into like jungle, garage, two-step, things like that. Okay. So seeing him do that set was like pretty incredible, because
and the people were receptive.
Obviously. People were receptive, man. I mean, it's a tiny room. Like, I mean, Good Room is not huge, but it was a tiny room within the club. So it was like this little side room where he was DJing and looked like a little library, and then the rest of the club is like, you got the bar, and then you have like the bigger dance floor on the main floor of the club. One floor, but I'm saying the main dance floor area. But everybody was just like commandeered to this tiny room to hear him play, and it was wild, man. And he was just cool about it too. He was real laid back. Wasn't like getting into the whole rah-rah, trying to make a spectacle of himself. He was just like playing records very, almost in like a mechanical way, but it just seemed very easy. He seemed very comfortable with that setup. It's almost as if like we were in his house, essentially. I gotta say, as I was telling you that story, the other person that might have done that for me before was hearing DJ AM, DJ in Lotus.
I've seen you in Lotus. We were together?
We were probably together for that night.
Together. And he had the set out like in the middle of the floor?
No. It was in the DJ booth.
Okay.
Like the standard DJ booth. But
okay. Because
you weren't there.
I didn't see him do a set where he wasn't in the DJ booth. He was down on the dance floor, and he had the set in the middle. And I'm like, yo, this guy's not even up there. He's down here. And he was like in the crowd. Like the crowd was like semi around him, like in a U around him. But he was like, I was like, wow. Like,
that must have been at the end of Lotus, because they never did that from the many years that I was going there.
It was near the ending of Lotus, because it like not too long after that it did close.
Yeah, Lotus, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel like you definitely had a better POV of AM for that set. See, so to be fair, I did not see him actually DJing, because the side of the club that I was on, it was like the way Lotus was set up is that you walk in and, the DJ booth is elevated and it's right there by the entrance.
Yeah, and then to the right you could walk up like there's like these little...
Yeah, you could either go up the stairs or you could just keep walking on the main floor. Right. The DJ's on the main floor as you enter. So I was the table...
I gotta ask you something else. But go ahead.
All right. So real quick, the table that I was at was like DJ Reach's crew. So they were all at the very, very back of the club, like next to the kitchen. So you would have to like literally be standing up on the booth to see who was DJing. You know, AM wasn't like a very tall guy either. So
AM is nice though, son.
Yeah, man, he was nice. I just remember the vision that I had of him, view that I have of him is with like his headphones, like he went in one ear, smoking a cigarette and just scratching like very, very erratically, but you know, smoking a cigarette like it was nothing. Because you know, also at that time you couldn't smoke in the club. So I'm just realizing, I'm like, all right, first of all, my man is on some rock star shit right now, and two, he doesn't look like he's making it look real easy right now.
Right. I mean, you know, DJ AM, he got to. I mean, you know, it's sad what he went through, and I mean, you know what happened with what he did to himself. But he was a talent, man, and I think that, not to say he was just tapping on it, because he was already up there, but I think that he had a lot more in store for us.
He had more work to do. His work was just getting started. You know, not a lot of people know this. I mean, I once in a blue will like post about it like on Instagram, but like I interviewed him not right before he passed away. It might have been like a year before he passed away, but this was like he had already been out of rehab and he was getting clean again. And
isn't there a documentary on him too?
Yeah, an incredible documentary. I mean, it's a moving documentary. But you know what happened was that he was doing well, and I think he was starting to relapse at this moment. And I had talked to him probably right before the relapse, because after that, like, he kind of went off the grid, and like people couldn't reach him sometimes. Like he might have even gone through periods like that. Maybe he just wanted his privacy. But for the most part, he and I interviewed him for Complex when I was on staff there, and we were doing this like a feature package on, you know, how to blow up. So it's like different fields of careers, different career fields that you could blow up in. So it's like, you know, if you wanted to be a YouTube sensation, like, let's interview somebody who's very established on creating a YouTube channel. Here's somebody who is like, I don't know, some type of entrepreneur, whatever the case would be, a sneaker entrepreneur. For DJing, I got to interview AM, and it was by far one of the top 5 like greatest interviews that I've ever done, because like the way we're talking about DJing is the way he and I talked about DJing. Wow. I didn't have to be there at the gigs that he was talking to me about, but he would talk to me about it as if it just happened. And he would go into gigs as if it was like his first time.
With DJing, a true DJ, let's say.
Well, a career, not a career DJ. Yeah, a career DJ, somebody who just lives it. Yeah, you know,
it's one of those things that, like, when you remember the moment when somebody did something that triggered your ear, like, yo, oh wow, that's an important move that person just did. Everybody else in the room is just dancing, but I'm paying attention to how this person is mixing, and he's doing something that not everybody is doing. And yeah, you know, when you're deep in music and you know nuances of DJing, you can pick up on these things. And somebody like AM, he definitely, you could tell by the way he mixes, by his selections, he knew the ins and outs of a turntable or of different genres of music, and how to cut and do stuff effortlessly. And he was dope. He was really dope. He was really dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace. Yeah, for real.